Hey, how's it going, people? And what the hell did we just watch? After the golden opportunity that Man United presented against Man City by beating them 2-0, all Arsenal had to do was beat Nottingham Forest. Was to beat Nottingham Forest, and well, they didn't. They absolutely did not. Another performance where there was no urgency, there was no pace, no nothing, just spineless, gutless, luckless performance which puts you to sleep. There's no other way to describe this. So people, like the video, subscribe if you're new, leave your comments what you think about the game below, and to be honest, let's get into it because definitely there's lots of stuff to talk about. Lots of stuff to talk about, lots of stuff to discuss, and I don't even know where to begin with. After United win against City 2-0. Everyone's flying high. Yes, if we win, we go 9 points cleared, extra advantage Arsenal. We cannot lose, no excuses. And then they come out and produce this. And literally, there's not enough words in English dictionary to describe what happened. Oh, we got 1 point against Forest. 7 points between us. Well, if Villa win, they are closer to us. They get closer to us. Let's be real. So at the end of the day, it's not a point gained. It's 2 points dropped. Because as long as more or less the teams stay within the striking distance of us, the more power to them. And again, Arsenal have had these performances throughout the whole season, and we have been bailed out. There have been games where we look actually that we're gonna finally get it done, we are finally on a high, and we're gonna go for it. And then you instantly have performances, well, like this one. One of the worst performances this season, in my opinion. Timber just was not it, to a degree. Lucky he didn't get a red card, second yellow. Gyökeres, well, the Swedish bricklayer, literally he plays as if he had just had 12-hour shift during night when he's fixing the roads. Like, you know when you drive home during the night on a road and they're doing the road works, laying new foundations and everything. That's what it looked like. That's what he feels like. Madueke causes chaos, and final third is non-existent. Martinelli misses half-empty net. Like, that was the best chance arguably we had this game. Saka's header, Sells made a fantastic save. Props to him. Arguably the only big chance on target we got. Off target, yeah, Martinelli missed the empty net. Besides that, we again did nothing. There are about 5 minutes to go into the game. I have to watch Declan Rice and Saliba near center circle play hot potato with the ball. Nobody wants to do it, push it forwards. Like, you take the ball. No, you take the ball. No, you take the ball. No, I don't feel like it. Maybe you take the ball. And it's just no imagination. Same stuff all over and over again. And again, where do we go from here? Because we are still on top of the table. Only reason why we are there at the end of the day is because our defense is that good that it bails us out. Forest had 4 shots, none on target. No shots on target. Technically speaking, that should be fantastic. That means that we won, right? No, it doesn't. Like, our defense is that good that it kind of compensates for, well, whatever we have in the attack. It's hard to describe this because we have a goalkeeping coach, we have a set piece coach, long throw coach. We have all the coaches besides attacking coach, what it feels like. Because the patterns in the attack, well, when you look at them, you kind of maybe can see what they're trying to do, but you cannot help but wonder that they only are going to work if you do it with some pace, with some intent, directness, with some energy behind it. With Arsenal, it feels like everyone's just... We have 11 zombies on the pitch, and when we go forwards, well, the less said the better. Literally, the less said the better. And it's actually insane. During the week, we have game against Inter Milan. Next weekend, we play United, right? Might be a feel-good factor for United, but we don't have ever easy games against United. And based how much Carrick... Holland and Woodgate or whoever is there, and forgot the fourth one, are scouting the teams because they have 1 game a week. I would not be surprised if we keep playing like this. We could get done over. Well, luckily for us, technically speaking, still by today, we are unbeaten at home. So maybe that's gonna play some sort of effect. Our away form in specific games is just shambles, to say the least. Mikel Arteta as well. Same substitutions. Player per player. Player per player. We had 3 DMs on the pitch again at certain point. Again. The same thing. Saka comes on. He might as well not come on. Let's be real. Saka didn't do anything. Whipped in one good cross. Had one good header that got saved. That's it. That's about it. And it's again coming back to most of the performances we have had this season. And we keep scraping through this, through these games with points, which technically speaking is great. We get points on the board. And yes, we are 7 points ahead of City. But again, we are 7 points ahead of Aston Villa. If Villa win, they are 4 points behind us. What then? Yes, do I feel that Villa is going to challenge till the end of the season? No, I don't. Because in my opinion, their squad depth is not enough. Right? At the same time, you never know. They might pull another, another Leicester, for example. Looking at this, that if we win the league, based on these performances, you could never tell, but we have the worst attack. Who has won the league? You think about it. Vardy was banging. Mahrez was phenomenal for them when Leicester won it. Liverpool, Mane, Firmino, Salah, the less said than better. City, let's not even go in that territory. Even to a degree. Oh, but Chelsea won Champions League with Havertz up top. It was lucky, but they won it as well. They had better attack then than we have now. And that is not by players, but by performances we produce on the pitch. Because at the end of the day, our players that we have in the attack are good enough to play proper football, attacking football. But the way Arteta wants to play absolutely nullifies, destroys it, and runs it into the ground, and we have nothing at the end of the day. Our midfield was way too open. Our defense sometimes felt like was like all over the place, but it's very hard to judge that because we had most of the possession. Sean Dyche knows how to play football against us. He knows. He knows how to get the job done. Marianakis also was in the stands, by the way. Edu was there as well somewhere. Looking at all of this, like, this is a good result for Forest, who are 17th in the league. For Arsenal, this is 2 points dropped. 2 points dropped at the end of the day. There is no other way to look at it. Because the feel-good factor is, oh, but we got a point. But looking what Nottingham Forest did against us, which, let's be real, pretty much is nothing, having 4 shots, none on target, it's like a loss. It feels like a loss. It gives more advantage to other teams. Because this was the golden opportunity to increase the gap from City, to increase potentially the gap from Aston Villa. But right now, if Villa does something, they're gonna be closer to us. And the pressure is gonna pile up on. We cannot keep going like this. We just cannot. Same things over and over again. Same topics over and over again. No one was fantastic today. No one stood out as a top-notch player for us. Like, I don't know even what to make of this. Because, again, as I said, on paper, we have attack that should be banging goals. But the way we perform with this attack, best case scenario, we have top 10 attack. It doesn't add up. The math ain't mathin' at the end of the day. Speaking of another player, Odegaard. Do we even need to speak? Another shambolic performance. Somebody touched on him, he was rolling. Instantly rolling on the ground. He was doing roly-polies or whatever he was doing. The nuts part is, these players now act like they are for Oscar awards or something like that, because Odegaard got shoved off the ball, he falls to the ground, for 2 seconds he just holds his knee or leg, oh, I'm hurt, ref blow the whistle. Then he sees that the other team is going on a counter, and he instantly stands up and sprints like he's Usain Bolt. So at the end of the day, he was not injured. He didn't hurt anything. He was just acting up, again. And this is the captain we have. He leads the press well. Well, if you look closely today, he didn't even lead the press well. He was pressing, but once he got to the player, he didn't even put an attack. He stopped by the player, just to scare him or do whatever he wanted to do there. And this has been a trend for Arsenal throughout the whole course of the season almost. It's just we got through it sometimes by the sheer luck. And the biggest indications how lucky we were was the Wolves game at home. 2-1 win. Last place in the league. Gonna get relegated, most likely. Like 99% chance at the moment, right? Yet, We couldn't even score against them. We needed 2 own goals to win that game. I'm surprised we didn't sub on today Owen Goles. I'm very surprised. But he probably has a hamstring injury, so who knows. Like, this is the nuts part, and looking at this team, looking how we play, I'm not gonna lie, we miss Calafiori. We actually miss Calafiori. Hincapié is better defensively. We need someone going forward. And somehow feels like that if we don't have Calafiori at that left back spot, our defense feels 10 times more lost. Gyökeres, the Swedish bricklayer who works night shifts at fixing the roads on M6, M1, M55 and all these places. Might as well not have signed him because he doesn't do anything that exceptional to justify the price tag. And people will say, oh, but we don't play on him and we don't do that. But at the end of the day, it's also players' fault. Yes, it's on the manager and the players as well, but it's also on the players' fault that he doesn't sometimes do the things he needs to do. Somehow Merino and Zubimendi during the game get better chances than our striker who should be bagging goals. This cannot continue. At some point, this will cost us big time. I'm not talking about today's game because lucky for us, Man City decided to lose. Lucky for us. Thanks to United. Big thanks to United, because if Man City won that game today and Arsenal put performance like this in, the end would be near. Because somehow when Arsenal play against these smaller teams, we don't play our game half the time. We actually reduce our skill level to fit this team we are playing against. Against big teams, we look fine almost all the time. Against the lesser teams, that's the issue. It has been under Arsene Wenger, under Emery, and now under Mikel Arteta. And this team today showed that they have no winning mentality. Because if they had, they would do everything in their power to get that goal. But did we even have the chances? Did we even pam the net like 10 shots, 12 shots, 30 shots to win the game? No, we didn't. We had 9 shots, 3 on target. 3 shots on target against Forest. And even if I look at this, Liverpool, right? Liverpool versus Burnley, right? The game finished 1-1 as well, right? Liverpool had 28 shots, 7 on target. They had 3 times more shots on target and off target, and most of possession. Like, they at least looked like they went for it. We did none of that. We just sat back, lackluster performance, and this just cannot continue. Because sooner or rather, it is going to cost us big time. And it's not going to be one game, one odd game. It's going to be a spell of games. By the end of it, we could actually be in deep, deep trouble. Deep, deep, deep trouble, I'm telling you people. So, I don't know. Let me know how you feel about the game down in comments below. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and see you soon. Peace.